Okay, so I just quickly want to talk about this last trade that we've just seen happen now. Because obviously what we've had is we've come up to value area high, we've peaked above it, and then we've popped down. So obviously we had a trade going down, and then we failed this range bot, in a sense, as in it didn't get to the top range bot. Now, what I would say is clearly there's a trigger there of that range bot. It goes up 100 points. Purely, in this instance, I would be trailing my stop, and I'd be setting it break even at the 50% point. Now, if you look at this here, as far as where we're at between the ranges, it literally goes up more than 50%. Now, if you're taking the top of the range, including the risk, then it still goes past 50%. So you shouldn't be letting a winner turn into a loser, i.e. stopping out down here. Now, just say, for instance, you did, right? Then just a point to note here is this here is your risk, right? So when you go into this trade, you should be placing your stop below here. Now, let me just use the actual risk to reward, which is easier. 2 moments. Right, so you're entering here. Now, let's just say you got in here, right, as an example. Right, you're still, and I'm just going to put the points on. Your risk is 40. You're still up 60 points. You should still be basically making sure that's back to break even. You shouldn't be losing this. Now, obviously, if you got in the first instance, then you're 90 points up, right? So obviously, you choose how much you're going to trail your stop, but you could even effectively trail your stop by the risk box as well, or double the risk box once you get going. Now, this comes in, it triggers. It's quite clearly a quick trigger, right? But obviously, if we just use the chart calculator, we are talking, there's still a minute in between being able to trigger this, i.e. getting into the trade. Now, this has popped through. So just say, for instance, you'd lost on that, a break even, or even worst case scenario, you hadn't stopped yourself out. That's a 40-point loss, right? This turns out to be a $400 pop. And as we speak, it's actually going even further. So obviously, let me just get the, that's the height of it there. So it is 400 as we speak. So I just wanted to highlight that, because obviously you can see there you've got the wrist box coming down. Generally, when we get 3 wrist box coming down, then as in, you bought range detection box, you do tend to get a mean reversion. Now, obviously in this instance, we've had this really nice pop, and it's turned out to be a really good trade. But I just wanted to highlight to you, because a number of you are not stopping out, and this is why your accounts are going lower, right? If you stick with these stops, and this is what these boxes are, they're your range box, highs and lows. So you can see there, that's exactly, that stop needs to be 66. Then you're going to get monster trades like this, right? So as we speak, that trade now is popped over 500 in 9 minutes, right? So you see how you take each trade, and when the winners are coming in, just look at the winners. The winners are big. Now, obviously, at no point would you be shorting there, because obviously the fact of the matter is you're on green candles, and as I said, when you're on green, look for buys. When you're on red, look for sells. So you can see there you've got a really good one there from earlier on. Good sell, right? We're looking to short at that point. Yeah, we're still looking to short, but it doesn't hit its target, so we don't short. And then obviously we turn green, and then jobs are good, and we're off to the races, right? So just bear that in mind. So, and again here, if we're looking at what's happened here, we've got passive buying here, right? But it's weak. You can see here, obviously you need to take this into account. Again, 3 range boxes down, and then boom, off to the races, right? So is it the best trade on the table? No, it's not. But the point is this, is you need to be taking each trade when you're trading, right? You can see here quite clearly from this trade earlier on, which is a big trade, Obviously we come down, we're in green, we're looking for buys. Obviously the orange trend line tells us that as well, and then boom, we're off to the races. Right, at no point should we be shorting this because it's green, right folks? This is not where we should be going short. Right, now if we miss one trade like that one there, because obviously it's going to be still green, then it doesn't matter because it's not the highest probability trade on the table. So I just thought I'd do this quick video because obviously the fact of the matter is when they play out, now just, and I'm just going to take this one as an example, right? They play out, this is played out for 820, right? Look at your risk box size on that, right? It's $30, right? So now a point to note here is this. Obviously we're looking at this, boom, bish bash bong. It's a 27 to 1, so you got 27 stop outs and you still break even minus your commissions, right? But the fact of the matter is you're not going to go 27 trades, i.e. 27 losing trades. It just does not happen on this system, right? So the fact of the matter is if you take that into account, right, when you're looking at these, then literally you should be on a winning streak scenario. Obviously we come down, we're in green, we're positive, we go up. We're not looking at shorting these. They are failing ones. Remember, you can see quite clearly. Remember what I keep saying. Who's winning? Who's winning? That's what I say. Who's winning? Right? The fact of the matter is you can tell from the range bots. The sellers are losing. Right? As we roll over and as we expand, yeah, which we have now expanded, we're starting to roll, but we haven't rolled. Now we've rolled. Right? You can see there quite clearly got a good shot in that, but obviously it was green anyway. So obviously we remember what I said. We don't take greens. So I'm not going to get every single trade on the table, but if we just get these, you're on to a winner. And I'll leave you with that thought. Let's just go back to live just to see what it's doing. So we're starting to see sellers step in. It's up at 103,000. So I'm just going to quickly look at the levels to give you a quick review. I'm just going to recalculate all the levels, and I just want to have a look. So obviously at the moment we are in a trending up scenario. Let's just put the title on. Where's the title? There. Right, so I just want to maximize this. Right, so what are we looking at for today? Right, well, every man and his dog's going to be shorting. We're at 3A. You can see there, we're building volume here, right? So it's something that we just need to bear in mind. Now, we are building volume, but we are tapering off. You can see there, we've got a heavy buying volume, passive buyers stepping in. Remember what I've said, when you see the pinks going up, that means there's an appetite to buy at a higher price. So this is why we want to be careful when it comes to shorting. So just let the bot and let the market tell you what's going on. I.e. we want to see darker candles. We want to see basically a transition between buyers to sellers. Right? We have had a big pop from yesterday. You can see there. Right? We have come from, and that was the 3B level yesterday. Actually turning out to be an absolute monster trade now. It's actually a 5,500 trade, and that's one of the signals I took yesterday. Right. A point to note that I did actually take quite a bit off at ATR high, because ATR high was my target. So hence the reason that's on the screen there, which that can come off now because I've exited that particular trade. So look at what happens after hard up. We get a little bit of a retracement, right? Now, look what's happening now. The buyers are not achieving their objective to take the price up quickly. You can see there, they're pushing in a hell of a lot of volume, but we're not seeing a WRB. So just bear that in mind, right? So we're going to just see what's happening today. I'm just going to be playing the charts, playing the scalps, and then basically getting on board the big bus when we see what's happening. But Literally, there is no resistance above here as we speak. So as we speak, it's actually moving up pretty quickly. Let's just go back to the main chart to see that. And then boom. So we've had a little bit of a pullback, but now we're aggressive. So let's see what happens. Let's see if we can basically break this 300 mark. Okay, so let me just see if there's anything else I want to show you. I've already shown you the trend chart on bot earlier on. Obviously, this was taken from earlier on. So this is bounce. When it bounces into this swing trading bounce zone, if it's green and it turns into red and then green again, we're looking at a swing trade up. So obviously that swing trade's there's 770, and then bounced again. We've got another 300, and then bounced again. We've got 600. Now a point to note: as we traverse up, as you can see, when we traverse up aggressively, which we are, I would expect the bot to work out that we're going to go sideways. Now that's what we did for a lot of yesterday. We had a big move up and then we went sideways. So just bear that in mind, folks. You can see here we are cooling off. It's slightly lighter colour. We've had the aggressiveness, which is quite interesting that it's pre-market. Did we get it pre-market yesterday? Yeah, we did. We did indeed. Sorry, that's still today. Let's just go back to yesterday. In fact, I'm just going to put the day on so I can see what I'm actually doing. And then this is the final bit. Right, so looking at yesterday, we had a large move up yesterday after hours, practically. And then during trading hours, we dipped at the open. But prior to that, we were flat. So just bear that in mind. We've already had a decent move up overnight. So let's see what happens. Remember, Friday is a harder day to trade. Because guess what? Everyone that's been long all week is closing their positions because they want to take profits so that they've got something to spend at the weekend with. So it's just a point to note. Right, okie doke. I'm going to put that screen back as it should be. And yeah, I'm now just going to look at that nice beach and go and get some lunch. Safe trading, folks. See you on screen share later on.